Welcome y'all to Legends of Raspia, the comedy fiction fantasy role-playing podcast with its own unique game, which is designed for anyone who ever wanted a seat at the role-playing table. I'm talking to you, the person whose creativity was stifled by gatekeepers. This podcast is for you. Now, pull up a chair, let down your hair, and spend a few talks with the old Bard Fox. This is part 3 of the Boots and Dunes arc. Last week, our heroes mingled away the daylight, biding their time to embark on a quest to slay the sleepy Boba. We pick up in the dwindling sunlight as dusk dawns and delayed departure impends.
So, you guys are feeling the end of a time lapse, as we've all gone through, of course. And we pan back in as the sun begins to set, casting bright orange, yellow, and purple streaks across the bare, arid sky. There is absolutely no clouds, so the stars begin to present themselves before the sun is even down. We pan in to see Mimsee talking to the merchant, and the merchant concludes with, "Oh, yeah, now I know you're nervous, with this new team, but you gotta get out there. Just go be yourself, Mimsee. Go make them love you like I love you. Also, you probably could have spent this time doing some team building exercises, but I'm glad we had our talk."
I've never been good with teams per se. I always spent the time by myself at the camp. I never really got out to talk to anyone. I just was never involved in any team building exercises, as they would call it at the camp.
You remind me of a person that I know, the place where I came from. He doesn't like to skip. It's kind of like him, Maybe in time you'll learn to love the skip.
Then Mimsee is gonna kind of just like steel himself and kind of walk towards the entrance and stand at the entrance. Sword is now retied around his waist, his sheath and whatnot, and his helmet is on, visor down.
Cool. Actually, yeah, while it's still the world's turn, does everybody join Sir Mimsee at the mouth of this cavern?
I would.
Yeah. I would like to give the merchant a delicate kiss on the ear because I've decided we've bonded, and then I'm going to walk over towards Sir Mims.
I'm going to have to tell my dog that I just did a kissing while my willy was in my hand.
Good.
Oh my god.
That's what I want to hear.
So, with those words ringing heroically in your ears, you guys embark. With your successful, believe it or not, perception rolls, you know that you are making exceptional time, and you will be there in a matter of time. It is full-on night by the time we go to an open table. You guys are passing over the now bluish and silvery dunes. There is a pretty mild wind for what is usually, can escalate to sandstorms very quickly. You guys are dealing with very mild weather. However, perhaps it is the silence before the proverbial storm of fighting the Wadum.
It's quiet out here. Very quiet.
Just enough quiet.
What have you guys heard of this Wadum? Does he have a weak point?
I think it's the fleshy bits, generally.
Fleshy bits, that would be... what? I've never seen it myself.
I've never seen one either.
It's all fleshy bits.
I'd like to do something.
Well, we would love to hear it and see it.
I don't know if you want to watch it, but anyways.
I'll watch.
Can I dump some heavy poison on my next, I have a crossbow, so I don't know how many arrows it can spice here if I could, but I'd love to give them some extra juice. They already do venom damage, but I'm just stepping them up.
Yeah, that would just take an action for each application.
We're just going to do one.
I can hold your quiver. Says me.
Look at this bonding. Disgusting. I love it.
I feel touched. Yeah, somewhere around my spine, inside. It's nice.
How close are we to the worm? Is the worm near us? Are we near the worm?
You are a matter of time. So at the world's next turn, you will be arriving at Sleepy Boba's territory. And you got to be careful because they were warned that Sleepy Boba will lift you up and then let you down so hard you'll shatter your pelvis on the sand.
Kinky. All right. I'd like to start looking for some high ground.
Well, I mean, you are in the kind of rolling dunes. So it's variable. As you go, you are kind of traversing to higher and then lower ground. You are not quite to Sleepy Boba's turf yet. That'll be your next posturing and stuff will be your next the next round. It'll take a bit.
Thank you. And also instead I'd like to eat a Laredo root then.
It'll keep you up to fight the water.
I've had a little bit of training with larger creatures, if that's what we're going up against. That's kind of what I'm picking off on your conversations.
Like Bodrins.
Bodrins would be one. Yes. I would say in my training experience, that's very little in real world actions. We should not quite split up, but split up just a little. Kind of give ourselves a little bit of a gap between all of us as we approach. Perhaps, if all goes well, we can draw the attention on their turn back and forth so that hopefully he doesn't focus in on specifically one party member.
How fast are you?
He's not fast, he's not slow, he's half-assed.
Well, I'm just not into being bait is all. We can make somebody else bait if you're fast enough. Cover you in some tasty to maybe something the worm would like to eat.
Yeah, I got some spiced rum. I'll just pour it right on your face.
All right, I see what everyone is saying, and I'll be the bait. But I was thinking, maybe we could, split up, a little bit, that sort of thing, and spread out across. That way, we can draw the aggro of the worm. And
divide and conquer.
Exactly, and this was my own idea that I just had by myself.
He's got the right idea.
If we cut this in half, it's not going to divide and conquer us, is it?
All right, look, I have 2 points I need to make. Firstly, there's going to be a bunch of little worms coming at us, if I remember correctly what we learned about this worm. So we might want to keep an eye out for that because it's not just one big old being. It's a bunch of little bastards. Also, we should burn Phobo. Just like a thought that I'm throwing out there. We can light him on fire.
What? No. Bad idea.
I'm going to make a very good bait.
No.
All right, fine. So yeah, just focus on the first point then. We can burn him later.
No, there'll be no burning of the Feaubear.
Debatable.
We'll say that this dialogue has taken an action from each party. So we'll say you guys can continue the said dialogue. However, you are going to be on a timer and you will have to have your plan established because you are encroaching upon the territory of Sleepy Boba, the Wado.
Yeah, strategize.
I could pump a lot of venom damage into it from kind of a distance.
I have keep me far away. That's it. I'm basically your sniper, so just don't let me be near any of you.
I'm the best dodger of us all by far. So I think me being bait makes the most sense, although it is terrifying.
Cohn Jahn'Dee, I would say if this were a training exercise, you flank on the left as Feaubear Dongodiere pushes the center. I will flank the right side, and Hazard, you could center back if that were a place.
Yeah, I'll make it a place.
Fum, if you could support Can Hazard and allow her to get her shots off, that would be most optimal.
Wait, who is supposed to support? Are you talking to me? 'Cause I'm going with Feaubear.
You just need to defend.
So at this point, the whole party looks over to Feaubear Dongodiere to see where he's at on this little character arc that he's got betwixt him and old Mimsee. So what do you say, Phobo? Should we go with Mimsee's plan, or do you want me to get your back? Asks Fum, like the curious little overgrown puppy that he is, giant Viking man puppy.
Look here, my giant Viking man puppy. What I need you to know is that I deeply, deeply care about you, despite you being a fool. And
Second part.
I need to know that you're going to be as safe as possible. And I don't think following me into the belly of the beast, so to speak, not actually, hopefully,
Stall this creature as long as possible. So that
Don't worry. If anything happens to Phobo, I'll go into a blind rage.
Okay, good. Yeah, do that. Stay back until it looks like I'm like in mortal danger, and then come in. Come on in.
have no fear, Phobo. I will be there to your right, just over that dune.
Sorry, it's actually pronounced Feaubear, so...
It's Phobo and he's an underpants sniffer.
Allegedly.
Oh, Bum, you're just the best. He's the best.
No, he's the worst. He's the literal fucking worst.
Yeah, I agree.
Phobo,
Nobody agrees.
Don't get smashed into your pelvis by the water.
Don't tell me what to do.
He's gonna lift up your hopes and actually your whole body too, and then let you down so bad you break your pelvis. He's
Who
like
needs a pelvis.
he's kind of whimpering as he goes and stands over by Xanthe. She's so nice to me.
Can I like give him a hug that he'll hate? I'm out of actions, but I want to do it in spirit.
Spirit hug? You got it.
Yep, I'm just giving him the
spirit
weirdest
hug.
eye contact that he doesn't want.
You guys, you are approaching a singular dune. Though this is probably not the case, it looks very much like this dune absorbed all of the dunes around it and is just a singular mound, comparable, what seems in scale, a lot like a round-topped mountain. But it is, in fact, just a very, very tall dune where the sand has mysteriously collected. Let's do another perception roll on the world's turn.
17.
19.
Oh man, I got a natural 20.
Oh, I got 5.
Alrighty, Xanthe, something grabs your foot and you almost fall. But you look down and see that it is not, in fact, a threat, for this is one of the severed tendrils, so to speak, that the Wadum has left behind in one of its previous battles. So you can glean quite a bit from having found it over here. It also, with your nat 20, I can just come out and tell you gotta love expositional nat 20s. Let's see in the comments, GMs, you gotta love those, am I right? So, you guys are now aware of, because it comes to a point and then kind of forks into two heads that look identical. One is a little smaller than the other. It has kind of a Hydra effect, where you cut off one of the heads of these tendrils, a second will grow back, though you're not sure at the rate at which they grow.
All right, well, firstly, I would like to pick up that tiny little severed piece of flesh and just like put it in my backpack. I'm going to stick googly eyes to it, and that is going to be a nice little pet. So.
Oh God, 10-4. That happens. You'll have to get the googly eyes later.
I need to dose 2 more darts.
Okay, cool. You guys are walking toward your respective locations, though your plan probably has changed now that you see that it is a singular dune that you are approaching. And you have been following a map made by the Sand Pirates.
Yeah, I'm going to back away from all my followers, including that gigantic dune.
The dune is your follower as well. I should have known.
Yeah.
Well, it will be when she puts googly eyes on it.
Right. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. It's going to be a good time. I'm going to name it Phobo.
Great.
Legends of Raspia is brought to you by Bard Fox. Lore and the game Legends of Raspia is created and produced by Han Blackheart and Rik Tahee. Sheriff Xanthe Hawthorn is played by Xanthe Blackheart. You can follow her on Instagram at SteamFace95. Sir Mimsee the Extorian is played by Tim Towne, and you can check out his Insta, where you'll find a bunch of nerdy game stuff at mimic_Q, MIMIC_QUEUE. Cohn Jahn'Dee, the connoisseur of spicy crossbow bolts, is played by Baen. Follow him on Instagram at HitsThingsForFun, and his band, Ideas, at Ideas Music. Feaubear Dongodiere is played by Rik Tahee. You can find him on Twitter at Riko Tahee, R-I-K-O, where he does post things. He did recently, I think. You can also check out his Instagram at faux.diddly. Story, music, game moderation, and all other characters are played by Han Blackheart. Find him on Instagram and Twitter at Jippofox, and check out his music at jippofox.bandcamp.com. Editing and mixing by aforementioned Rik Tahee. Visual art created by the also aforementioned Xanthe Blackheart. For more Raspian content, check out Bard Fox's Instagram, SoundCloud, and YouTube. As always, thank you for spending your time with us here in Raspia. Good luck back there on Earth.